I'm to talk one of my favorite coins, Jasmy. Now, lots of people are starting to get nervous. Lots of people are panicking that we are seeing a correction, but this is only a good thing. It's in line with the wider market, but giving a great opportunity for people to get in. And more importantly, hitting some key parts of resistance. We're going to break down a couple of key things that you need to know of if you're holding Jasmy, because it's about to get bullish. All of that in this video. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get into it. So welcome back, everybody. As always, turn your notification bell on before you lead any more into this video. But Jasmy coin, again, we saw another big rally up to the 1.0 Fibonacci in which we got the correction. Lots of market pushdowns today. We saw Bitcoin retesting 65,000, as well as much more. And that can be the meme coin narrative. Lots of people are trying to, make their way in the meme coin space. Equally, we did obviously get that Fed rate pause, or that kind of stay the same. That I think a few people did definitely think we were going to get a reduction. The ECB, as well as Bank of Canada, the UK, and many others have reduced interest rates, but the US not doing so much. So when it comes to Jasmy, why am I cool with the market? Why am I totally fine? Well, Jasmy kind of follows a very similar pattern that we see before this big breakout. If you go back to pre the big pump, we saw this very long period of consolidation before this move up to where we see this next big bit of consolidation and then a further move up. So we see that it does follow the same pattern. We'd be probably looking for Jasmy to maybe even push over the course of the next maybe 2 to 3 weeks before we start to see a signal to move to the upside. And that doesn't mean that we can't come up and retest the 786 Fibonacci around 3.8, or maybe even retest the 1.0, which we did do back here in the 7th of June, but got rejected on the back of it. So there is some definite market news that gives us some bullish sentiment when it looks on the macro. You can see the RSI was overcooked, and that's why we got that correction on the back of it. Now, it's not an exact science, but it does give us a bit of a sentiment as to where we are, and I guess where our emotions should be when it comes to Jasmy. Now, lots of people are talking about a bullish case for Jasmy. There's lots of positivity that sits around it, and ultimately lots of macroeconomic effects over there in Japan, as well as many others, that absolutely support the narrative that Jasmy is going to be a big player. I, for one, do hold a big bag and continue to hold that bag, because I think Jasmy is going to be a big name in 2024. I can absolutely believe that into the 2025 bull market, we'll definitely see Jasmy with a strong upside move. So what else is going on? Why is it, it can't just be technical analysis that you get into the world where you are incredibly bullish on a project? Well, there's a lot more going on, not only just for Jasmy, but actually the Japanese cryptocurrency ecosystem than we think. And again, NeoXtrix here, giving his view specifically on Jasmy, and I thought it was a really interesting article with a couple of key points that I want to pull back. It says an outline of the Japanese Personal Information Protection Law, APPI, to which Jasmy is fully compliant. It is important to understand that key points of this legislation. Here are the main provisions of the APPI. Now, why is this important? We know Apple linking directly back with the Japanese government, and we also know there are ties between Jasmy and also the Japanese government. So whether those connections will finally follow through and we find out that Jasmy is linked to Apple somehow, I'm not sure. And at a minute, there's lots of speculation as to whether that be true. But the reality here is the APPI, the Act of Protection of Personal Information, is absolutely the forefront of what the Japanese government is doing, and of which Jasmy is a key part. Now, some projects have been and tried to make a difference, but the reality there is that Jasmy is doing that. So it says here, the definition of personal information. Well, look, APPI defines personal information as any information that can identify an individual. That's why it's important for you and I to have that consent, which means organizations, as a general rule, obtain individuals' consents. Cookies is a great one that we all hear. The minute you click accept all, that is allowing customers or companies to your data. The use of personal data, how can they build a marketing plan around it, security of it, individual rights, and the international data transfer. All of that is specifically about you. You become a commodity when it becomes marketing and everything else. Well, look, the APPI is complemented by other laws and regulations addressing protection of specific data types, such as health data and financial data. Now, here is where Jasmy fits the bill. Jasmy can support that if you want to share that, maybe for medical research or much more, Jasmy is going to allow you to tokenize your data and support you being the custodian of it. And I think that's where not only do we get this forefront push from Japan, it's why Jasmy is such a big player. Now, don't forget, there's some big partnerships going on. We know that Hara has been once again out there talking to specific people about what's going on with Jasmy, building partnerships. And don't forget, we still have Junction to come, that EVM compatible chain that's going to come very soon. We have big partnerships, again, more futures partnerships, which ultimately showcasing that people are excited about Jasmy. Here we have DOEX futures that are now trading from the 12th of June, which all brings volume, it brings information, it brings hype, it brings new holders, all into Jasmy. So it's hard right now not to be bullish on what's coming. And again, this is early stage data democratization. We're going to see more partnerships. We're going to see big players in the space, as well as more lockups and much more. So it is, like I said, difficult to not be bullish on Jasmy. And especially when you look at data democratization, IoT, and everything that links between it. Well, for me, Jasmy absolutely delivers on a niche, it delivers on a market, and it delivers on a demand that we absolutely are needing in this market and cryptocurrency space. But as always, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Are you still bullish on Jasmy? What are you doing on this correction? Did you sell? Or as like me, did you buy some more? DCAing, the super tool that us crypto investors do have. All of that, as always, in these videos updates. If you enjoy it, make sure you hit the like button. And if you want to hear more content like this, subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.